Also, I forgot to mention I will have an OP version of this coming. Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm bringing you a beginner-friendly shotgun build. There's no legendaries required. You have a choice of mutations if you want. It's not required either. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, actually, before I forget, there is an OP version of this video, or I should say of this build coming out. So if you're looking for that, it'll be out after this video. Alright, so to show you guys the build, we have 12 in strength, 11 perception, 6 endurance, 3 charisma, 9 intelligence, agility 9, luck 6. Now for the perks, these are most of these are going to be the new perks. They're really great. You can run a shotgun build and have regular weapons, so this is more than just for shotguns. It is a focus on shotguns, but you can use other guns and it'll still be really good. So for strength, traveling pharmacy, shotgun champ, easy target, love the spread, scatter shot. For perception, number cruncher, which if you're wondering, this does count outside of VATS. So you'll definitely want your AP cost to get pretty high. Tormentor, center masochist, concentrated fire, awareness. And if you aren't using VATS, which I would recommend, because VATS will allow all of your shotgun shots to hit instead of just, it spreading out and not all of them hitting. You'll hit every single one of them. But if you're not using VATS, you can switch it out for you could probably switch it out for tank killer. Now for endurance, we have ironclad, iron stomach, rejuvenated. But one thing I will say, since this is beginner friendly, you're probably not going to have serums, so you're going to have to manually mutate yourself by drinking irradiated water or like toxic goo, stuff like that. And I would highly recommend getting all of the mutations, because having all the mutations is probably going to be a lot better than having none. I don't have any on this right now, just to show you guys like the bare bone beginner friendly build. But yeah, I would highly recommend having all the mutations, and once you do that, swap one of these cards out for starch jeans. Also forgot to read off the other card, iron stomach, rejuvenated. Now for charisma, we just have inspirational and tenderizer. I also set this build up because since you're in the early stages, you're still going to need to level up. So we still want to be making a little bit of XP gain, even if it's a little bit. I even set intelligence for a pretty good number. That way you're still making a good bit of XP. And for intelligence, we have first aid, field surgeon, demolition expert, and white knight. And if you actually want perk points somewhere else, you could take off white knight and just put those extra 3 somewhere else. And for agility, we have modern renegade, which is extremely good because of the plus 75% limb damage. Pack and light, I'll explain why I'm using pack and light here pretty soon. Enforcer, that's another plus 75% limb damage, which they do stack from what I've heard. And then for the last one, we're using adrenaline. And just to show you guys real quick for pack and light, so let's see, pack and light plus 25 AP regen, and I think for, what is it, Action Girl. What's the first one for Action Girl? Yeah, 1 point of Action Girl gives you 15%, while 1 point of Pack and Light gives you 25%. Now for luck, we have Ricochet, 4-Leaf Clover, Critical Savvy, Junk Shield. And make sure for Junk Shield, you're at least carrying 100 scrap, which I would recommend just carrying around 100 cork scrap, because that's a pretty light scrap. And it'll give you like plus 100 resistance. I've seen the numbers change, and I don't know why it does that, but I've seen it as high as like 111 damage resistance. So yeah. Also, another thing I forgot. If you are going the mutation route, or you're taking the mutations, I would just switch out Critical Savvy for Class Freak. That way, you're getting that 75% reduced negative effect. Also, another thing for the mutations is you could probably switch out Inspirational for Strange in Numbers. That way you get plus 25% stronger if teammates are mutated too. So yeah, you use that. And also for Charisma, I wanted to say, make sure you get Strange in Numbers if you are. Also for the mutations in Charisma, switch out Inspirational for Strange in Numbers. I just wanted to mention to you guys, if you guys look at my inventory, you're gonna see all this space in my inventory. That it really is just I'm on a private world right now, and this is just so I could like get rid of all of my OP stuff on my character without actually changing it. But everything I'm showing you here, you can do on your regular world. You don't need the private world was just so I could take off all my legendary perks without being over encumbered and stuff like that. But other than the gear, you're going to want to use this shotgun that I made right here. And you can get these shotguns, the combat shotguns, from Mole Miners. That's the place that I always see those. You can probably server hop from right here, which is the Blackwater Mine. There's plenty of Mole Miners there. Just server hop, keep on killing them and farming those combat shotguns. And scrap them, that way you can put the mods on them and whatnot. Other than that, you've seen, the mods on here. And other than the shotgun, like, you can use whatever else you want, really. I would recommend looking out for the event Beasts of Burden and getting the Elder's Mark. This is a pretty good weapon too. Now for the armor, I mean, if you're starting off, you're probably not going to have any armor, so it really doesn't matter. Just make sure you have like a matching set of armor for Ironclad if you're going to use that. And just to show you guys real quick, I haven't put on any mutations, and like I was saying earlier, I would recommend like just manually putting on all the mutations, and then later on, if you get serums, you can put on the ones that you want on. Other than that, you don't need the mutations, but I would recommend them. Okay, so I'm gonna run through here real quickly also, just to show you guys kind of what's going on. So you can cripple things really well with this build. Like, watch this guy. Okay, he didn't get crippled yet, but I think that was enough. Yeah, so you're gonna see that a lot just running this build. And again, you're probably gonna want to run VATS for the shotgun, just because then every single one of your bullets hits. So So as you can see with the damage right there, it's pretty good, especially for being a lower level. After this, I will be making a like a more OP version of this build where I'm actually using legendary cards. So if you're looking for that, that'll be up pretty much probably right after this video. Alright, so you know, for those of you that are just starting, I hope the video helped you. I hope it makes the game pretty fun for you and makes it a little bit easier. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed.